Good afternoon. Could you tell them your name, occupation, and a little bit about yourself?
My name is Maria Thomas. I am currently a substitute teacher for East Bainbridge Parish School Board. I have a husband, two active sons, and my nephew Tyon Warner, who's the presenter of this video. I feel honored to be asked to participate in this mentor project. Hopefully, what I say can help somebody to some degree, or at the very least, be a source of entertainment.
Okay. Okay. To get into the interview, can you tell about one single event that led you to wanting art design more for yourself, meaning in growth or in education, or basically wherever you saw fit to make self improvement for yourself?
Well, this one event covers it all. The birth of my oldest son. At first, I didn't even know that you had to feed the children overnight. I thought that the baby was going to go to bed when I went to bed, and I wake up and I have to feed him again. Wrong answer. You got to feed him every 2 to 3 hours, right? So after that shock was over with, and I realized I was bringing him home, I became a single parent because his father and I broke up about a week after after I had come home from the hospital. So that just kind of gave me the motivation that hey, I'm going to have to put my big girl britches on. I was going to have to finish college. I was going to have to become gainfully employed with a full-time job, not hourly wages, salary that would provide for me to pay for rent, to pay for the daily living things that we needed to live, provide food, every household item that you need, or the utilities and everything. So it just gave me the motivation that I need to really push through whatever trials and tribulations, or to get up out of my feelings and to pursue something greater than it, because I saw a bigger picture. Like life was more than just me. I became responsible for him. And so he just became my life and still is today. He and his brother.
Okay. So, in retrospection, how do you think your son's birth affected the current outcome of your life and who and where you are right now?
Well, I'll say that the birth of my first son helped me to become more disciplined, more organized. I stopped hanging out with girlfriends and going to the club or whatever. I just kind of became a homebody, because when I wasn't working on a job that I had to do, I started prioritizing my spare time. And for me, the priority was to spend quality time with my son. So everything I did, wherever I went, it had to include my son. Whoever I brought him around had to be someone that I wouldn't mind him being exposed to whatever they had to offer, be it a date or be it a girlfriend I was hanging around that could influence my son in any type of way. I began to look at the children, my girlfriends, if their children act a certain way. And I would tell myself, I don't want my son being exposed to their behavior. I would cut that friendship. So his birth helped, I like the fact that I became responsible. I like everything about it. He made me a better person. He made me who I was supposed to be. Like me without children was just all over the place. But with children, life is some people might see it as boring, but I like structure. I like knowing what's going to go on in the next hour or two. I like having a plan. And that's exactly what motherhood is for me. I have a plan for everything.
Yeah. Okay. Lastly, if you could tell your past self one thing, what do you think it would be?
To choose your mistakes and their consequences very carefully. Mistakes are inevitable. You or we will always make mistakes, and that's what helps to grow that's what helps to grow our character, to define who we become. It's not what you go through, it's how you deal with what you go through. And so it built strength in me. It built a lot of character. Sometimes I'll say that I am too, I don't want to say too hard, but I don't see problems. I only see solutions, because if I allow myself to dwell on those problems, I will get off. I'll lose my motivation. So definitely, you want to, consider the consequences of the mistakes that you're going to make, because they can be detrimental. They can be long lasting, or they can be short term. Whatever it is, it's definitely is going to, hold a consequence. And so you ask yourself whether or not you want to deal with that consequence. Are you mentally, physically, emotionally ready or capable of dealing with what that consequence is going to bring into your life, and possibly the lives of the ones that you love. So, yeah.
Thanks for letting me interview you.
You're welcome. Bye.